Shalom. All praise is due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to elect apostle, bishops, elders at Great Millstone and Ruel. Shalom to elect Ak out there doing his work in sincerity and truth and not for vainglory in season out of season. Just want to bring out a couple of quick scriptures. Esau, the so-called white man, was created to be a slave to Jacob. Okay, Esau is the so-called white man, and Jacob is the so-called black man. And Jacob had 12 sons, which became the 12 tribes of Israel, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, and the Lord Yahweh set Esau, which is a so-called white man, up to serve and be a slave under Jacob, which is a so-called black man. All right. Okay. And the other sons of Jacob, which are you like so-called Latinos and Native Americans. Okay. That's his purpose in the in this movie that Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shai have set up on the earth. Okay. All right. So let's just go to it. This is Genesis, the 25th chapter, and we start at the 22nd verse. Okay. It says, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh. So, she went to a prophet. Okay, because the Most High speaks to his prophets. Yahweh speaks to his prophets. All right. And Yahweh, the Lord, said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. So there's 2 nations in a womb. So you're going to have 1 nation of people that's going to be in the womb, right? That's going to have a nation of people. And you're going to have another nation that's going to be in the womb that's going to have another different nation. Okay. All right. Are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Okay. And that one people that was going to be stronger than the other people was Jacob. Okay. And, Jacob is stronger than the so-called white man. More than just on the physical level. We know that. You see the boxing and the sports and so forth. Okay. But spiritually as well. Okay. And it's going to go into it. Okay. It's going to go into it. How we're stronger spiritually than the so-called white man. How the so-called black man is stronger than the so-called white man. Okay. And the other tribes of Israel, the Latino and Native American tribes. Okay. Physically and spiritually. Okay. It says, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when you read on further on down, it shows you that the elder was Esau, which is the so-called white man. He was born first, and then Jacob came out right after him. Okay, so they were twins. All right. Not identical twins, but fraternal twins. Okay. So the elder shall serve the younger. The younger was Jacob. Okay. And Jacob was a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. In the Hebrew, Yahweh. Okay. All right. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Okay, so Esau came out first, and he was red, meaning he had no pigmentation. Okay, his blood showed forth through his skin. All right. Okay. It says, And Esau in the Hebrew is Ishashua, which means wasted away is he, because he has no pigmentation. Okay? So he's the anomaly. He's the freak of the earth, because every other nation on the planet Earth at this particular time has pigmentation, melanin. Okay? All right? But Esau, the so-called white man, which is the so-called white man, he didn't have any pigmentation. Okay? His blood shows forth through his skin because he has no melanin in his skin. Okay? He's translucent. Okay? That's why his blood shows forth through his skin. Okay? And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. Yeah, and that represented Jacob, which is a so-called black man, pulling Esau out of his power. Because when you go into the scriptures, it tells you, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. So Esau's rulership, which is the so-called white man, is going to end. And Jacob's rulership is going to begin after Esau, which is the so-called white man, is taken out of power. And then Jacob, which is the so-called black man, his rulership is going to begin, okay, under Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai and the 12 tribes of Israel, all right, which consists of you so-called Negroes, West Indian Haitians, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, okay. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Now that's a significance because Esau, which is a so-called white man, of course, you know, he's heavy into hunting. You know, they even have channels on cable TV, you know, about him going out hunting, you know, and he's very good at it. You know, he'll put the different scents of the different animals on his body to smell like the same animal he's hunting. You know, he'll make those whistles to call ducks, how the ducks call each other, and then he'll shoot them out of the sky. You know, he'll camouflage himself for days on end, you know. So Esau, the so-called white man, is a cunning hunter, okay? So that's the significance, you know. All right. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. You know, you have a so-called black man, you know, even though so-called black people hunt, but they don't get deep into it like so-called white man does, Esau. All right. You have Jacob, which is a so-called black man. What does he require? All right. It requires what? Some wine. Okay. Which that's in the scriptures too. All right. His eyes shall be red with wine. Right. He requires a big screen TV, a couch, and a woman, man. He's a plain man dwelling in tents. He want to hook up his abode, man. He want to hook up his house. I mean, he want to have his house nice, man, and chill, you know. All right. All right. And that's what most of the so-called black man wants anyway. Some nice music, you know, whether it be rap, whether it be R&B, whether it be jazz, you know what I'm saying? You know, looking fly, man, you know. Okay. He doesn't have the spirit of Esau, of a cunning hunter, you know, which is a so-called white man. All right. It says, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Yeah. Yeah. So, hey, that's when a so-called black man, that's when a so-called black woman, Rebekah loved Jacob. She loved the so-called black man back then, And Isaac loved Esau. Why? Because he did cook that venison for him, man. All right. And Isaac, by the way, is Yahweh Shai in the reincarnation. Now, did that love for Esau, the so-called white man, carry over into the New Testament when Yahweh Shai was reincarnated from Isaac into Yahweh Shai? No, it wasn't, because Yahweh Shai was speaking against the Roman Empire, man. Okay, which were a bunch of so-called white people, which were Edomites. Okay, and he sent his prophets down there to prophesy the destruction of Esau, the so-called white man, and them going into slavery. All right. Okay. All right. And how Israel is going to rule under him. Okay. And the so-called white man was going to be a slave. And which is Esau, and the 12 tribes of Israel are going to be numbered amongst the elect. Okay. And be sit on thrones as kings and priests and rule over all the heathen nations. Okay. Esau, the so-called white man, included. Okay. All right. So that love for Esau didn't transfer over, into the New Testament. It didn't transfer over to that. And there's prophecies in the Old Testament that showing you that the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, all right, is going to put the so-called white man Esau into slavery. There's many scriptures that go into that. Okay. There's nothing Vocab Malone can say, or none of you Christians can say, all right, because there's many scriptures that go into that in the Old Testament and in the New Testament. All right. Okay. All right. So it says, and Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And he came out from hunting, out in the field or whatever he was doing. Okay. Whatever he was doing in the field, out there. Okay. In the wilderness or wherever he was at. Okay. And Jacob saw pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage. Okay. Which could have been like, lentils or whatever. All right. For I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. The word Edom means red. Adawan in the Hebrew. And Jacob said, sow me this day thy birthright. Yeah, see, Jacob saw an opportunity, because according to the law, statutes, and commandments, the firstborn son gets an inheritance of the father. Okay. And Isaac, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai said, and Isaac shall my name be called. So Isaac was going to get everything. The kingdom, everything. Rulership over all the other nations, everything. So Jacob name in the Hebrew is Ya'iqua, which means supplanter. Okay. Okay. So that was the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Because Esau had it at that particular point. But Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is setting it up, The Heavenly Father, Yahweh, is setting it up. Okay. For Esau to give over his birthright. Okay. Of his father. Okay. To have rulership over all the brethren, over all the nations of the earth and in the kingdom of heaven. To rulership in the kingdom of heaven. It says, and Jacob saw pottage, and Esau, Jacob, which is so-called black man, and Esau, which is so-called white man. And Esau, the so-called white man, came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, the so-called black man, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, sow me this day thy birthright. And here's how, we're spiritually stronger than the so-called white man. Physically, we know that, but spiritually, we're stronger than the so-called white man. The so-called black, Latino, Native American man is stronger than the so-called white man. All right? Okay? And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob, so-called black man, said, swear to me this day. And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. See, so Esau, Esau, the so-called white man, is not spiritually strong, man. You know, he has no intestinal fortitude, you know, because here it is, you giving your birthright away, man, to have rulership over your brother Jacob and every other nation on earth and ruling the kingdom of heaven. But no, he's weak-minded. So-called white man is weak-minded. Esau is weak-minded, man. You know, he has no intestinal fortitude. Everything he gets is through the sword. Okay? Cardinal. Okay? Everything gets is through the sword. Right? Through bloodshed and murder. He's not spiritually strong. When intense hell comes upon him, all he does is just fold. That's all you so-called white people do. Everything you do is murder, rape, and robbery. That's it. Okay? All right? All right? When tribulation comes on the so-called white man, all he can do is just murder you. That's it. Or deceive you and lie to you. You know? All right? He has no intestinal fortitude. He's not mentally strong. He's not. Okay? All right? Because look what Yahweh Shai went through. You know? You know? He took all the sins of the whole nation of Israel upon himself. Okay? Even though he said, can this cup be passed from me? But when Yahweh didn't answer him back, he said, hey, it's the will of Yahweh. So he went through it. He dealt with it. He caught that pure hell. So-called white man ain't doing that. He's going to try to lie his way out of it or murder his way out of it or both. Okay? All right? And Jacob, so-called black man, said, swear to me this day. And he swore, and he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Hey, Esau, so you sold your birthright. You know, so, I mean, you know, I know you thumping down on, the so-called black man, for that, because you're saying that Jacob supplanted you. Yeah, well, hey, even Isaac said, is not his name, is not he is rightly named. I'm saying, saying it verbatim. Jacob means supplanter. Okay, he supplanted you out of your birthright. He stole your birthright, but it was a righteous stealing. Okay? All right? Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils. Okay, there you go. Lentils, beans. And he did eat and drink and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So this was all set up from the beginning. This was all set up from the book of Genesis. All right? From the beginning, this was set up. So, I mean, and then, there's a whole other host of other scriptures that go into it. Matter of fact, let me get Romans, the 9th chapter. Let's go in the New Testament. Romans, the 9th chapter. All right. Romans 9. Let me see. I think where is it at? Okay, Romans 9 and let's start at the 11th verse. For the children being not yet born, this is going back to Genesis 25th chapter. For the children, Jacob and Esau, okay, Jacob is a so-called black man. Esau is a so-called white man. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil. See, so when a so-called white man was in Rebecca's belly with Jacob, the so-called white man, which is Esau, he didn't do any good or evil. You know, he hasn't done anything yet. But it's going to read on. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand. Esau, you are set up to be the wicked. Jacob is set up to be the righteous. Jacob is a so-called black man to be the righteous, which had you Latinos and Native Americans, West Indian Haitians, and so-called black man. And Esau has the so-called white people, all right, to be the wicked, all right? Not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. Going back to Genesis 25th chapter. As it is written, who's the elder? Esau, the so-called white man. Who's the younger? Jacob, the so-called black man, all right? As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So from the beginning, man, okay? From the beginning, this is what Yahweh on this setup on this earth for Jacob and Esau to play these roles on the earth, okay? All right? Esau, you were set up to be the wicked, and you're going into slavery under Jacob, the so-called black man, Latino and Native American man. All right. And the Lord hates you. All right. And the Lord loves Jacob, the so-called black man, Latinos and Native Americans. Jacob had the Latinos and Native Americans, West Indian and Haitians. Okay. Like the scriptures say, all come out of the waters of Yahweh, Judah. All right. His sperm had all the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. The 11 tribes. All right. So it says, what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? Yahweh forbid. Why the Lord choose Jacob, the black man? Why he didn't choose the white man? For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh that showeth mercy. Hey, so, and you can read on, and it goes into it, it goes into it. All right. Let me see. Let's go to the 20th verse. Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against Yahweh? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? And, and that's what people don't understand that. Who the hell are you to tell Yahweh what to do, man? And what to set up, and who to make the righteous and who to make the wicked. Okay? All right? Who the hell are you, man? Yahweh made everybody, man, through his son Yahweh Shai. He made the righteous, which is Jacob, which is a so-called black man, Latino man, Native American man. All right? West Indian Haitian man, all the Latino tribes and the Native American tribes. Okay? To be the righteous. And he made Esau, the so-called white man, to be the damn wicked, and all the other heathen nations. Okay? And Jacob is going to rule over all the other heathen nations. All right? The so-called white man included. And that's all that is to it. Like the scriptures say. Who the hell are you? Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai created you. Okay? You can't tell the potter who makes the pot, okay? The creator of the potter, and the pot gonna tell the potter vessel, the vessel gonna tell the maker of the vessel what to damn do, man. All right? It don't work that way. All right? Like the scriptures say. All right? Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against Yahweh? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? And the vessel that was made unto honor is Jacob. All right? Ya'iqab in the Hebrew, and the Lashawan Quadash means holy tongue. And the rest of the Latinos and Native American tribes. And Esau, the so-called white man, a vessel unto dishonor. Okay? The wicked. All right? So there you go. So it's from the beginning, and it shall be for all eternity. Okay? All right? But see, the only thing with Esau, the so-called white man, is that after a certain amount of time of him building up the kingdom and getting a foot up his ass by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and the nation of Israel, the so-called black, Latino, and Native American, man, West Indian Haitians, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, then he's going to be mass exterminated off of the face of the earth. Obadiah, just read that, all right? It's one chapter. Hope you've been edified, and with that, shalom.